Hey guys, I'm Ree of Coffee and Cream Talk, here to give you your daily dose of caffeinated commentary. If you like what you're hearing here, then be sure to subscribe to my caffeinated commentary newsletter. Find the link below and in the bio. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I'd appreciate it. So, I'm just here to answer another question about interracial dating that I got as so many people are following what's happening with Love Island's breakout stars, Nic Olandria, of course, dubbed Nicolandria, and the racist revelations between Janae and Kenny. So, a common thing that I've been seeing is people now saying, "Well, gosh, I wish Nick and Landry the best, but I could never date a white man because if it doesn't work out, I'll feel stupid, I'll feel played." And they're referring to what's happened with Janae and Kenny. And so I just think that we're not having the real conversation that needs to be had when we address these things. So, first of all, let's talk about getting played in relationships. Okay, that kind of happens more often than not because relationships a lot of times simply don't work out, they don't last. Most people probably shouldn't be in relationships because everybody's playing games and they're damaged, so that definitely should be a reason why, will be a reason why these relationships don't work out. But to say that it didn't work out because you were dating someone of another race, that's really a cop out. Because the question is, do you feel stupid or feel played when it doesn't work out with a black guy? Right. And when you do, when that relationship doesn't work out with a black guy, does that stop you from dating another black guy? Typically not, right? Typically, it doesn't work out with one black guy and you go on to the next black guy and you just hope for the best, okay? But it doesn't make you say, oh no, I'm never dating black guys again, right? You don't do that. But then something happens with one white guy, and now, oh my gosh, I'm not dating white men ever again because I feel stupid because it didn't work out. That's kind of ridiculous. And that's why I say you should not have different sets of standards and expectations when it comes to black men versus white men. You should have the same set of expectations when you're dating across the board, regardless of race. And so then the question is always like, well, what if he's racist? What if I date a white guy and he's racist? I bet he's racist. Let me tell you something. You have a lesser chance of being with a racist white man than a colorist black man. Okay. Yet somehow being with a colorist black man is not a deterrent at all for black women. Okay. These black males are so colorist. Okay. They fetishize black women, as I mentioned before in a previous video, more so than any other race of men fetishize black women. Black men do it to black women, but that does not stop you at all from being interested in them. Okay. You just come to expect that and you think that's normal and that's fine. But then if a white guy happens to do any of those things that the black man does, now it's a problem. Once again, have the same sets of standards and expectations across the board, regardless of race, and you'll save yourself so much heartache. What if I'm the first black woman that he's ever been with? I don't want to be the first. Okay, well, what if he's the first white guy that you've ever been with? Should he not want to be with you because you're his first white guy? Like, I want you to start asking yourselves questions, okay? If I'm saying I feel this way about him, what if he says he feels that way about me? Is that okay? Because so often black women feel like, well, I can feel that way about him, but he shouldn't feel that way about me. Like, we got to start asking ourselves questions because these are the things that people are not saying. And they try to make it seem like, oh, these relationships don't work out interracially because the person is white. And it's like, no, really, a lot of times things don't work out because you have different sets of expectations for different races. So if you're the first black girl that he's dated, he's the first white guy that you've dated. You got to start somewhere. Someone's going to be your first. There was a time when there was a first black guy you dated, okay? And the thing is, like I said, if you were dating a Hispanic or another race other than white, you wouldn't be as concerned about possibly being the first black girl, right? That probably would not even come up. But because it's white, now all of a sudden, I don't want to be the first. Okay, but what if you're his first, right? Should he be like, no, that's okay? You probably are using me for an experiment. That sounds silly, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So, what if he says that he didn't think black women were pretty before he met me? Okay? Somehow black women have this idea that these are the things that white guys are going to say. Um and if this that's your thought, okay, if you think that a white guy's going to say that to you, then let me ask you this. What if you say that you didn't find white boys cute until you met him? Right? So often black girls say that, and you don't think anything of it. You'll say, oh, well, if I date a white guy, he's got to look like this, and he's got to be fine like this, and he's got, okay, these are the things that you're saying. So if he happens to say the same thing, now how is that a problem? Okay. Um, that's, like I said, that's common that black women say that all the time. Yet, the white guy says it, and now it's a major turnoff. And now you think he's got a fetish, and now this is a problem. And you immediately find it suspicious. And you say that that the black woman who stays with the white guy that says, well, I didn't find black women cute before you, if he says that, right? Then you say that she's got low self-esteem. But if you say that you're with Jimmy and Jimmy's the first white guy you've been with and you didn't find white boys appealing until you met Jimmy, if Jimmy stays with you, does he have low self-esteem? Is that what you're telling me? Like, once again, it's not adding up, where we're creating narratives and we're not really thinking about what we're saying. We're just repeating a bunch of things that people say without asking, does this even make any sense? But like I said, these are the things that people do. Furthermore, I will say this. These black males say stuff like that all the time to black girls, and so many black women think it's cute, right? Or you feel special because Jamarius said that he usually doesn't date dark skins, but you all right? He says, I usually don't go for girls that look like you, but I decided to give you a chance anyway. And you feel special, okay? But nobody's going to say that you have low self-esteem. And even if they do, they're not going to tell you, don't date that black guy, give somebody else a chance. They usually just say, oh, well, if he's a problem, that's okay. Just find another black guy, right? But they're not going to tell you don't date black guys, and certainly don't date colorist black guys, right? Because it's just a thing that black males are colorist. So I just want you all to think about these things. Think about everything. Stop making excuses and exceptions. Be consistent and be mindful. Okay. And if you don't want it done to you, then don't do it to anyone else. Um, you know, and don't accept it simply because you all check the same box for race. Okay, that's that. All that. Well, he's black and I'm black, so we automatically understand each other. That's a lie. All right. So be sure to subscribe to my Caffeinated Commentary newsletter if you haven't done so already. You'll get more of my Nic Olandria hot takes over there. You'll get plenty of other breakdowns about all things race, gender, pop culture, relationships. Lots of hot takes, like I said. So you can find the link below and in the bio. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. All right. Thanks. Bye.